Welcome to Same Cast, Different Day podcast. I am Martel ROWLAND, and for those of you who are wondering who Tina Marie is, or where is Tina Marie, for those long-time listeners, like I said before, she is having a baby, so she's prepping for the baby, so y'all gotta give her some time and make a comeback. So, on this episode, I had wanted to talk about this. Oh wait, I forgot to turn off the thing. Sorry about that, y'all. Forgot to turn off the playback option. So I want to talk about a song, and the song is called "Believe in Me" by Michelle Williams. I heard this song, and this song had me doing some thinking and some self thinking, and thinking about me and everything, and so I want to share, this experience in the song with you. So, like I said, the song is called "Believe in Me," and I'm going to read some of the first verse. They see greatness, I see failure. I want to know what they see in me. They see beauty, I see everything wrong. I want to know what they see in me. And it's crazy because so many times, even in high school, I was told that, they see some greatness in me and all these things. And like some people say, oh, like there have been times where I question my own appearance, and self-doubt. And it's a crazy, crazy thing. And it also goes on to say, maybe I'm guilty of losing all focus. I was too busy chasing what they wanted me to be, living through their eyes, drained by their spotlight, wasting away how the words, wasting away how the world passes me. And it's crazy because, like I said, I was going back to like when people say, they see something in me, and it took me a while to figure out like what does that mean. And I think for years I was trying to do so many other things to, try to live up to that expectation, and not really knowing what that expectation was. And I wasn't really happy doing it. And I just, it's kind of hard to explain. And at some point, it was like, somewhere down the line, like after listening to this song, I really thought about it. Like, I really started believing in myself, and I didn't think some things were possible. Like, I was in so much debt, and I've got that all figured out, and I'm out of debt. And you know, I was like, well, I'm tired of being told no because of my credit score, and here I am. I'm in my credit score is in the 700s now, and I got a letter in the mail talking about. First, I thought it was a hoax, and it was like, well, they were interested in buying my car, and I'm like, okay, well, let's see what they were talking about. So, yeah, they were talking about upgrade me to a 2020. I'm like, no, this can't be real or whatever. Like, they can't give me a new car at a lower price, or whatever. And so, I called and go up there. They ran my information. Like, oh yeah, Anthony, just come pick up your new car. And Anthony is my birth name. Come pick up your new car. And I'm like, wait, what? I'm like, yeah, you come pick up your new car right now. Just come pick up what car you want. And I got there and I told him like, I think all I wanted was the all-wheel drive car, four-wheel drive, all-wheel drive, whatever you want to call it. That's all I wanted. And when I got there, it was already sitting on the lot. And within an hour, I was signing the papers and on my way with my brand new car. And and it's crazy because like over the years, I've never thought about how much I had accomplished. And now I'm doing this podcast. I launched this podcast, and I launched it with Tina Marie, and you know, the podcast is actually doing well. And like I said, like I feel like I'm more, especially compared to when I was on YouTube. I feel like I'm more real, I'm more me, and I have experience and life experience and things to talk about that people can actually use and hopefully help them out. And listening to Michelle Williams "Believe in Me" just made me really think back on the journey and everything it took for me to get where I am now. And I'm finally in a place where I'm happy. I don't have to worry. So, only advice I'm at the point now where I need to take in my life right now is basically work more on this podcast, and um basically my job, because I'm very unhappy at the current employment place that I'm working at. But you have bills, so you have to kind of have to go. But that's the only thing is that I understand, and I'm really starting to understand things more clear now. And so this album that this song is on her album Journey to Freedom. And yeah, so I'm like, go listen to the song. It really This song really made me think about my journey and my journey to freedom, and just the journey period that I've been on. And I just want to share this with you all out there. And it's like I said, you gotta start believing in yourself. Like, it's a lot of things that has happened to me, that has good things that has happened to me in the last few years or so, because I started believing, I started grinding, I started making things happen. And it's crazy because I feel like none of those wouldn't have happened if I would have kept questioning myself. And that's, I feel like, one of my biggest downfalls is that I question myself. I always doubt myself so much. And I found that, stop doubting myself has gotten me so far along the way. Getting in my own head is what had stopped me in the past from being able to do what I'm able to do today. It's crazy. It might sound crazy right now, but I'm telling you, it you have to start believing in yourself. You have to start taking them chances. Like, doing this podcast was a huge risk for me. It was a risk of me putting myself out there. I didn't know how people would take this podcast, or if people even listen to this podcast, or believe in what I have to say on this podcast. So, or even want to basically, like I said, listen to what I have to say. And people have, and people enjoy listening to this podcast. And now, with the help of one of the other apps or streaming services that the podcast is on, is able to reach a newer audience overseas in like Egypt and India, and the podcast get a heavy play over there. So I want to thank you all over there for that support over there in India and the Middle East and all them other places. Like, really, thank you, because that it really means a lot. So yeah, this was going to be a short episode of the podcast this week. I wanted to get that out there. I wanted to say, hey, go listen to the song because it might help you out. You need to believe in yourself, because it's just like I said. It says, "Believe in me again." I used to believe, like I used to believe in me back then. I believe is how I went. Yeah, because I don't know. Well, yeah, because like I said, I believed in myself back then, but I didn't believe in myself in the way how I do now. And I feel like it's more stronger. It's more presence. Like I said, I'm happy, and it's I feel like it's some things that we all need, and this is something that you need to hear, or we all need to hear, I should say. So thank you for listening to this episode of Same Cast Different Day podcast. Hope you guys listen to the next episode. Thank you all for listening. You can follow the podcast on Facebook at Same Cast Different Day Podcast, and on Twitter and Instagram at SCDD Podcast. I don't know why I mess that up every time. And if you want to email us, because I believe you can actually message us, me or Tina Marie, if you go through Facebook and Twitter, and Instagram, and you want to send us a direct message, Tina Marie can also send those messages, see those messages too, and can respond to them. So you can send us a message that way, or if you want to email us, you can email us at scddpodcast@gmail.com, and you can follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Martel ROWLAND. So thank you all for listening to this episode, and see you all next week. Oh, remember, vote. Or is election over by this time? Can't remember. Anyways, hope you all made your vote matter. I'm so goofy.